Babes, we have a chapter. Now, it seems like we're almost back to normalcy because we're getting too many chapters in a row together. And now it seems like we're getting chapter break, chapter break. We do have a break coming up this next week, but once again, this chapter was fantastic. I can't be too upset. The break is also, I guess, fine because Gear 5 comes out in the anime, which I think is going to be nuts. If you saw the drums leading up to it and you've watched that, it's pretty great. It's pretty great to see. And all like the little details that they add are amazing. Speaking of which, on the to be continued at the very end, because you hear the dum, 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 which the drums do sound excellent. You hear the boing boing boing, which is going to be the entire next episode. We're going to be hearing those noises until One Piece ends, it seems. But I'm looking forward to that. But this chapter was really good. We get more world, which is crazy because it doesn't seem like we got too much. It was like arc, little bit of world, arc, little bit of world, and then this arc seems like the world. So it is really nice. We're at Fuchsia Village, and the mayor is saying everything that we're thinking, and he's like, "No, don't worry, he'll be fine. If he was dead, they would say that he's dead." He's like, "He's a living legend. He's not dead," which I also kind of agree with, but it's kind of tough to tell for sure. We looked everywhere, east, south, west, and north. Everything's looking bad. There's a tremendous earthquake, and of course that earthquake was caused none other than the Lelouch Kingdom being destroyed. And there's a lot of things that we can gather here. One of my favorite panels in the entire thing, which, I mean, you probably saw and we're just like, yeah, whatever. Iceberg. Now, if we remember what Iceberg's doing at Water 7, that man is creating a floating island. That's what he's doing. An island that can take on everything. And I think that he is going to be a very, very crucial part of kind of the end here and what's exactly going to happen. But we see that the geography of everything that's changing around the entire world is absolutely crazy. We get some emu who's still doing a whole bunch of nothing just about, but we see a ginormous crater, and I'm sure immediately, just like me, you were like, wait a minute. Enies Lobby? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of guaranteed at this point, but the question is, what kingdom was there before? Does that matter too much? How long has it been since then? I'm not sure. When was the last great earthquake? These things seem like they're all connected. We don't see that too much, but we do know that the water level itself has rose 1 meter, which does not sound like a ton, but if you think about that, that is fucking insane. 3 feet across the entire world, and One Piece is ginormous, but those 3 feet are huge. We see the revolutionaries kind of reacting to that. And a lot of the island and the raising water levels causing absolute chaos and pandemonium around the world, which is going to start the stir, which is going to start maybe, perhaps, probably another void. But we kind of get some clues here on maybe what happened in the void century. I've always been a fan of the idea of flooding, and I think that just because of this small thing, we're going to see that water level raise so much more because all these things are going to be used. All the technology that the government has its hands on, all the weapons that it has its hands on are going to be used, and what that's going to mean for the world is going to be astronomical. It's going to be huge, especially leading up to the end of One Piece. And then we go back to the siege. That's what the chapter is called, Under Siege, and we see that the Marines are attacking Egghead. 30,000 Marines. That is the most amount of people I think we've ever seen gathered. That seems like more than was even defending or fighting against Whitebeard. I could definitely be wrong about that, but 30,000 seems absolutely insane. We have 9 Navy HQ Vice Admirals. Some solid designs. I like that we got to see all of those. Some people that we definitely already know. But I think these people are about to get beaten up and be used as power scaling just about. But I'm interested to see it. I know that they're introducing and showing a lot of new powers at the end of One Piece, but I'm a fan. I do like it. I like these character designs, and it's fun. And it's all led by Kizaru. He's having a good back and forth with Sentomaru, the most defensive man in the world, about being like, hey, like, what are you doing? And he's like, if you guys keep attacking me, I'm going to attack you back. And they talk about something that I think was just confirmed. Nah, I don't even think so. But something that we knew, like Kizaru's light was used to be researched and thrown into the pacifistas. And that old picture of Barcelona is wild. He doesn't even look like himself with that little hat and him being researched by Vegapunk. But they talk about researching the Void Century and how that is happening on this island so that everybody on this island needs to be dismissed. And then there's like something interesting here. No one knows that Saturn is there. Obviously, nobody knows that. And he's like, let's continue to keep that a secret because I'm kind of like gonna be the big deal if I need to be. If I need to make my presence known, I will. But I think that he even believes that he won't have to. The god of defense science, so we'll see exactly what that means. But the fact that they're under siege probably does not spell out good things for everybody who's still on there, like Vegapunk, the Stellas, the Seraphim, and the Strawhats, because screw CP0. But I like how they show us the numbers in this chapter. They're like, well, here's who we have here on this island. We have an Emperor, we have CP0, we have the Stellas, they have the Seraphim, but I can get in control of those things basically whenever I want, just because I outrank them. But first and foremost, we have the 50 Mark III Pacifistas in Centauro that are causing quite an issue. And he has the CP agents all kind of captured. I think they said that there's 1,000 or something like that, but they have all of those captured. And so they have to get through all of that. And he's like, all right, so we got to get up there and kind of mess everybody up. And they were talking about all the workers and the people that were on the island, and Saturn's like, we need to sink them because they might know things. And it was kind of the same on O'Hara. If anybody even might know something, you kill them. That's just what you do. So he's like, okay, we're gonna go kill them. But what I find interesting, and I'm interested to see what this translation says, is we no longer have any use for Jewelry Bonnie, but given that she is just a little girl, you can leave her be. Why the mercy with Jewelry Bonnie? I don't understand that. I really don't understand that. The use for her, I do understand, because there's been rumors that that's kind of what's keeping all the Gorosei young, but that's not even confirmed. But it's interesting that he's fine with leaving her be. I don't know why that is. I don't know if he almost feels like he owes it, but everybody else is up for murder. So it's just kind of what it is. Of course, she's going to side with the people on the island because she doesn't know that, so she'll probably still her life at risk, but we'll see how that goes. Then we get a mission from inside Egghead, and they talk to the Gorosei, and the Gorosei are speaking with York, who they know is the traitor who's on the inside. And it's fantastic because they spill all this information, and this is the only slip we've ever seen from the Gorosei, as far as I'm concerned, the only slip. And they're talking, and they're like, okay, here's all this information. The mother flames, that's something you're able to reproduce, which we don't even really know what that is, even with this. But it's interesting that they talk about all this. And then she's like, wait, you're going to kill me? They're like, no, if you leave my lab, me, alone, and you make me a celestial dragon, then we can do that. Of course, they're bullshitting. If you believe them, it's ridiculous because they're going to kill everybody there because nobody can know. But then she's like, if you save me. So then she was able to take control. That was kind of confirmed. She had control over all the Lunafistas. And once they got her, which the last time we saw her, she had Vegapunk kind of dead to rights, but they figured it out quick. They solved the problem on the island. We don't have time for it because One Piece is ending. And yeah, everybody's on them. Now, what is interesting about this frame is, one, the Gorosei slipped, which is fantastic and I love and is going to piss them off. But two, Robin and Stussy, I think, are the only ones not accounted for. Kaku too, but and the Lunafistas, but who cares too much about them? I'm just interested to see where Robin is, because Robin is always up to something. I just don't know what it is on this island. She's probably reviewing the research with Stussy, but I'm not 100% on that. We do have a break, but I think we're getting into it. I think that everything else is kind of done with, and it's going to be the Gorosei, Kizaru, all the Marines, all 30,000 against the Straw Hats and everybody on the island, which I'm looking forward to. They're all eating, chilling right now. They don't look worried at all, and it's time to fight. It's time for war. They're under siege, and all this technology is definitely going to play a part, but I think we're going to see some real crazy power scaling here shortly. Chapter was great. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I think that we're done with the world, finally. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm always surprised that we get more and more of the world each chapter, but I think we're done with it. Going forward, this war is going to start. I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are too, and I hope you have a great day and weekend. Peace out.